The Christmas shop is here. Time for us to be able to get ourselves some new resources, some additional heroes and things like that, and at the same time really progress ourselves in the game itself. What is the best way to do that, especially for a free-to-play player? Let me go through the shop with you and show you how you can maximize your benefits today. Hey guys, Pokemountain here from twitch.tv/Pokemountain, bringing you a new episode today, specifically on the new shop event that is in the game. This shop event usually happens every 6 weeks odd, and we have, through the process of going through all the other shop events, managed to figure out roughly how the King of Avalon game itself is going to progress forward. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys the expected run of days of what each day challenges will be, and then what we'll do is we will go into the shop itself and I'll show you where to spend your resources that you've earned for the shop to maximize your output from the shop. All right, so let's first start off by having a look at the different days themselves and what to expect going through it. Right, so we cut through to this little Excel document that I put together for you guys. And as you by now know, I love doing Excel documents. And you'll actually see for yourself here on the Excel document what we can expect judging by the previous shop events. Now remember, this is judging by those events specifically, which means at any point they can change this. But this is usually what we are expecting to happen within the shop event going forward. So on the first day, which is today, we're having the Emblem Upgrade, construction speed-ups, and stamina spending, which means hunting monsters, hunting barbarian camps, and things like that. Now that has already been launched in-game, and those are what we are. Those are the tasks that we have for today. So far so good. Going forward, the next, technically in order, but it might not be. As I say, please bear in mind that they can change this. But the next one we should expect is Equipment Upgrade, Research Speed-Ups, and Philosopher's Stones, followed by Hero Weapons Upgrades, the Lucky Shot Arrows, then Artifacts Upgrade, Spending Gold, Recharge Gold, then Troop Training and War Scrolls, then Statue Upgrades, Gold Hero Horns, then Gem Upgrades, Lucky Shot, and Recharge Gold. Now you'll see that the 2 Lucky Shots are yellow and the 2 Recharge Gold are blue because they are duplicate events. Excuse me. So if you, for example, don't remember to do your lucky shots on day 3, you could potentially do all your lucky shots on day 7. Or if you don't have enough on day 3, you can do more on day 7 and that sort of thing. Generally, though, I'm going to show you how you can spend all those lucky shots in a day, no matter how many lucky shots you've got, and how you're going to be able to maximize your usage thereof. Okay, so let's have a quick look here. Starting off with the first one, Emblem Upgrade, Construction Speed-Ups, and Stamina Spending. Now, if we look at the game itself, Emblem Upgrades, we have had for the last few days the event, the Emblem Battle event, because of the new emblems that have come out. And this here supplies us with the Emblem Essence that we need for our upgrades. Now, if you have been wise enough or you knew ahead of time, you have been saving up these Emblem Essences specifically for today's event. Now, unfortunately, I didn't think ahead and I went ahead and upgraded mine already for the day. I can just show you what I did though. If you look at my last video, you'll notice that this particular emblem here was the same as this one. It was a Precious Water Drake that I managed to level up to the Flawless Water Drake. Very simple. It's not much of an upgrade. It was one simple upgrade, but as a free-to-play player, it's not the easiest thing to come across all these resources to do crazy amounts of upgrades and that sort of thing. If you are a spender, you can purchase the essence and you can purchase whatever materials are required to do these upgrades, and you'll get your points too. But from the perspective of upgrading just one emblem, I was able to, let me load here and show you, go up by 3 levels. I managed, by doing that one upgrade, I managed to go up by 3 levels, and I managed to get myself 20 of these wreaths that is the current shop item. So by upgrading my emblem just the one time, being a high level emblem, being Water Drake, I was able to get 20 of those parts. If we have a look at the login reward, this is what everyone's going to get irrespective, is each day that you log in, you are going to receive some of the wreaths automatically, speed ups, and on certain days you will get this double gold item. These double gold items do come in handy if you do plan to purchase something. I would say wait until the day of the double gold item, because literally when you click claim here, for 1 hour, whatever bundle you purchase, whatever gold they supply you will be doubled. So if it's a bundle that gives you, for example, 10,000 gold, you will get 20,000 gold. If it is a bundle that supplies you 30,000 gold, you'll get 60,000 gold. It does, however, only apply once. It lasts for an hour, but it only applies once. So if you are planning on purchasing a bundle that gives you 30,000 gold and a bundle that gives you 200 gold, buy the 30,000 gold first so that you get the 60,000 gold, then purchase your 200 gold bundle. So this is something that everybody's going to get every single day. And if you look at it, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That's 21 wreaths that everybody's going to get just by logging into the game every day. Right, so today is the Lord of Development, which is the emblems. Build Your City, which is the building speed up items. And the Kingdom Trials, which is spending your stamina. Now, starting off with Lord of Development, we've discussed that now with your dragon emblems. Unfortunately, it is a bit too late for me to warn you now to save up for the last week, but you know this for next time as well. These shop events are generally the same every single time. You have the days that sometimes swap and rotate. Sometimes they are in a jumbled order. Sometimes it's the other way around, but they generally stay the same. So you know that on one of the days you're going to have gold horns to spend. On one of the days you're going to do philosopher's stones. On one of the days you're going to do building speed ups. On one of the days you're going to do emblems or hero weapons, and so on and so on. So you can start planning now. If it's already too late for you to start saving up, you can start saving up now for the next shop event, which should be roughly 6 weeks time, or 6 weeks after this event ends. So building your city requires speed up, and Kingdom Trial requires Lord Stamina. Now, both of those items you can do really, really well in, even as a free to play player. What you got to do though is, like always, these Merlin trials are key. When you go to the exchange shop, these speed up items here, and the further you go through your Merlin trials, you open up more, you get all these other speed up items there, and even behind me here is the 5-minute speed ups. If you are doing these and saving them every single day, you can save up to 5,400 speed ups. 5,400 speed ups you can save in this game to maximize your points. How many speed ups have I got at the moment? I personally haven't saved all of my speed ups because I was trying to get to my SH30 as quickly as I could and start generating my T10 troops because of Netherfall and because of Kingdom Raid and because of KVK and that sort of thing. But if you look at my speed ups here, I have got currently 178 of the regular 60-minute speed ups, 117 of the construction speed ups, 53 of the troop speed ups, 245 of the healing speed ups. It's 70 of the 3-hour speed ups. These are all free, 100% free, and you could literally have 5,400 speed ups built up before your next shop event. Now that 5,400 speed ups means that you could literally maximize out on your Lord of Development points substantially or relatively easily. Another thing you can do for more speed up points is if you go to your alliance and your alliance section, you go to your store. If you scroll down, you will notice that there are some speed ups available here as well. Let me just get there. Here at the bottom, I've already used it, but you have got 3 speed ups that you can get in that one over there, which is your general speed up, can be applied to anything. You get 14 construction speed ups that literally only applies to construction, but you get 14 of them that you can purchase there. And you also get somewhere, there we go, there is the 25-minute speed ups. Now it's 5 minutes, it doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, but you'll be surprised how quickly these 5-minute speed ups and the speed ups you purchase in your Merlin trials shop there, you'll be surprised how quickly they actually add up and what sort of the difference that they make. They actually make a very, very big difference. So you can get a lot of speed ups for free in this game to maximize your chances of doing your building construction. Even if you don't have that many speed ups, or it's a bit too late now to start saving, you can still utilize your Alliance store and get more that you didn't have before. Use your Merlin trials and get as many as you can in. If it is just too late for you, you don't have enough speed ups, or your castle is too leveled up that your speed ups wouldn't make enough of a difference, then consider keeping your general speed ups, the ones that can go for anything. Consider keeping that for your research or for your troop training specifically, so that on those days you can maximize those if you want to. Then the third item for today is the Lord Stamina. Now the Lord Stamina is a little bit trickier, because it does require you to have a bit of gold if you can. The game itself does give you gold quite often, and I would say try and limit spending your gold willy-nilly. Keep your gold, because your gold is going to give you a lot of bonuses and a lot of things that you couldn't get if you just think it out a little bit further, especially for the free-to-play players. Here in the black market, as you are going through your daily purchase options, you will come across the purchase options for small Lord Stamina. Those small Lord Stamina cost 143 gold each, and they are something that you generally might not even really think about, but they make a huge difference to these sort of shop events. Now I'm going through here and I'm spending every piece of wood that I can spend. As you can see, I got 183 million wood. Wood is something that is just, for me personally, extremely easy to come across in the game. There we go. So here's your small Lord Stamina. Okay, so I will just go here quickly and just going to claim one of the golds. Go back here, and I will purchase every single time I see a small Lord Stamina. I'll purchase it, simply because at the end of the day I'm going to have quite a bit of Lord Stamina built up. I can now add 130 stamina, which gives me an additional 6 marches out there, or 130 stamina to spend. I'm going to spend normally with the game itself over 200 stamina, plus the extra 130 stamina that I've purchased in the black market so far, or whatever I can still purchase today. And I'm going to have spent 330 Lord Stamina today alone. So let's have a quick look here at what that Lord Stamina will supply me. I can go potentially up to 180 Lord Stamina. Okay, so as a free-to-play player, I'm going to be able to get myself another 18 wreaths. Not much, but it actually is quite a bit at the end of the day. Free-to-play players don't really earn a hell of a lot in this game. That's the reality. It is a microtransaction game, but you can still maximize what you do earn. Now, just from today alone, from logging in and from doing that one emblem upgrade that I got for free, I was able to so far create 29 of these, or earn 29 of these wreaths. I'm going to earn another 18 today just from doing the Lord Stamina, just from spending that little bit of gold that the game gave me for free anyway. So I'm going to use that stamina, kill monsters, which is going to give me hopefully Empyrean ingots, hopefully Philosopher's stones and things, which is going to progress the rest of my game. It's going to give me more statistic boosts. It's going to give me hero skills and hero XP and stuff. But it's also now going to potentially give me hero fragments that I don't have, or that I desperately need to go further. Then let's go back to looking at tomorrow's one quickly. So equipment upgrade, research speed ups, and philosopher's stones. Once again, your equipment upgrade, they're a little bit more difficult to do, because you get, as a free-to-play player, you only get so many ingots at a time, sort of thing. I'm sitting on 19 Empyrean ingots now, and I think I was on 18 yesterday. So in an entire day, I only earned, well, from then till now, I've only earned 1 Empyrean ingot. So it does take a long time to get there. But if you have an upgrade pending, don't do it until your next shop. It is going to give you a huge jump in your points. Now, tomorrow, for example, during this particular upgrade, I cannot upgrade. I don't have enough. Let me go show you here. I don't have enough resources to do this upgrade. Even if I had the forethought of saving for it specifically, I just don't have enough. Here, for example, I don't have enough adamantite. I'm short by 8 adamantite, and I'm short by 110 million steel. Do I have enough steel that I've earned through the last couple of weeks? Let's just have a quick look at... We're just going to go check the inventory, and I'll show you why now. Let's just go all the way to the bottom. Okay, yeah, I don't have that much steel available at the moment. I did chuck everything in 2 days ago, I think. So I definitely do not have enough steel for the enhancement. Let's just check again to be sure. Yeah, okay, I don't have enough steel for the enhancement at the moment. But had I saved up enough steel, I would not do this upgrade until the shop event, because one upgrade on a destruction or one upgrade on Empyrean is going to get you 3 or 4 levels in your shop. It's going to get you a lot more wreaths than you would have had you done the upgrade during that 6-week off shop period. The other thing for tomorrow is going to be research speedups and philosopher's stones. Like I discussed already, the research speedups are part of those speedups you can collect all the time. You get them from doing barbarians and things like that as well. You get small speedups and that sort of thing. We have enough speedups that we can do some research, and by doing enough barbarian rallies, we have enough philosopher's stones to actually do. We've got 274 philosopher's stones, 100% free. We have enough for us to do March capacity, hospital capacity 1, embassy expansion, and Legion 2. We can do all 4 of these researchers in a day with those philosopher's stones to maximize our research and philosopher's stone rewards. Now, by saving up my research speedups and my general speedups and my philosopher's stones, I'm going to be able to take both of these, the research speedup event and the philosopher's stones event, and get as many wreaths as I possibly could that I couldn't get before. And once again, it is 100% free to the game. The day after that, we're going to be looking at Hero Weapons Upgrade and Lucky Shot. Now, Hero Weapons Upgrade is the same as everything else I've discussed so far, such as the equipment and that. Save up your upgrades. You're getting or in the last 2 Honest Pass events, you got your Raven Scrolls for free. Save those. Save whatever extras you've got. If you are participating in other events or purchasing small bundles from the shop, don't activate your hero weapon now. Wait for that day, because you're going to maximize out on your wreaths. You want to get as many wreaths as you can, because that's going to give you the really big items in the shop. As for the Lucky Shot, there's one little thing that you can do, and you might not be aware of it yet. I've managed to save up 40 Lucky Shots. Now, if I click on Arrow Volley, for example, it's going to send off the first one, which is first arrow. It's going to cost me 2. The next arrow is going to cost me 3. The next arrow is going to cost me 6. The next one 8. The next one 10, and so on and so on. So each arrow increases in price exponentially. So if I did a arrow volley, for example, now with those 40 Lucky Shots that I've got, I would get a maximum of 4 targets. I will still be spending most of my lucky arrow points, which is what I want to do for the event, but I'm going to have some lucky arrow points left over. Now, what do you do with those leftover lucky arrow points? It's quite simple. You come back into here and you click reset target. You say okay, you pick your new set of items that you want, and you're just going to say whatever it is, yeah, I want that, and you just click start. Now it's going to cost you 1 arrow for a throw. Yes, you're going to get the lesser items. You will get the lesser items. It's extremely rare for you to get one of the more valuable items, like this crystal, for example. 99 times out of 100, you are not going to get this crystal with your one shot, but you're not doing this to get that crystal per se. You're doing this to get as many wreaths as you can. Now you've thrown your 1 dart. The next dart is going to cost you 2 lucky shots. I've only got 2 lucky shots left. So if I do it now, I'm going to spend them all. Awesome. But I've got 3 lucky shots left in this particular case. So if I do it now, I'm going to have to wait, because I've got 1 left over and it's going to require 4 darts. No. You keep going, reset target, say, okay, pick your new one, throw your 1 dart. Reset target, say, okay, pick your one, throw your dart. To empty out every single dart you've got. Now, this is just for the end. When you're sitting on the targets like this and you say arrow volley, it's going to use the maximum number of arrows you can. The event isn't throw so many arrows. The event is spend so many lucky coins. So you throw the arrows with an arrow volley. Whatever's left over, you reset the targets. You do it again. You reset the targets until you get yourself down to the point where you've got no lucky shots left. You go back out of here. You click on this Holiday Frosty event sort of thing. You go to the lucky shots and you see how many lucky shots you have managed to claim. That's going to maximize out your lucky shots wreath rewards. Let's go to the next day. Artifacts upgrade, spend gold and recharge gold. Now, artifacts upgrade, same as everything else. If you have been gathering your Horns of Skain, and you have now got 200 Horns of Skain to activate your next artifact, wait until day 4 comes about. Or if they swap it around or mix it up, whatever day it comes out, wait until that day. Create your artifact on that day only. You might be tempted because you're about to go into Netherfall and you want to get the best hero weapon you can, or you want to upgrade your stronghold now so that you can have T10 troops or T11 or T12 troops. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to have enough in one day to make that big of a difference unless you're spending a lot of money. You upgrade, for example, your barracks, and you upgrade now, all of a sudden you can make yourself T11 troops. Well, you're going to use your Speedups today and make yourself, what, 25,000 troops, 50,000 troops? Those 50,000 troops in Netherfall event is not going to make much difference. It's really not. If you are sitting already on 1 million troops, 50,000 troops makes very little difference. Rather save up for the day that it applies to, because when you spend those wreaths purchasing for the first time your Madoc or Categorn or Dindrain or Brutus, it's going to make a big difference to you at the end of the day. Okay, spending gold, that's literally what it sounds like, meaning that I can go here, for example, and let's say, for example, today is, in today's particular case, building Speedups. Okay, well, not building Speedups. Let's say, for example, you are doing troop training, on the day of troop training. You've got no more resources, or you've got a shit ton of gold and you want to be able to do as many as you can. Use your gold to make the troops. So if you come here and you say, we're going to go there, no, wrong place, so we're going to click here and we're going to say train troops. It's going to cost me instant this amount of gold, or this much if I'm using my resources. Cool, click on instant. That counts. I've just spent 3,000 gold. Now I come here and I say speed up. It's going to cost me 1,000 gold, for example. I spend that 1,000 gold. I've just spent 4,000 gold and I've got myself, out of it, more wreaths. Those wreaths I use to purchase better items. If you are a free-to-play player, though, you might want to consider, at least to a certain extent, skipping out on spending gold. Do the first 1 or 2, for example, if you've got the gold to spare, but don't stress yourself about the higher ones. The further you go down, the bigger the gaps get in between those rewards. And it's not necessarily worth it to spend 50,000 gold, for example, to get 28 wreaths, especially considering the fact that that gold is going to help you with many other things in the game. Rather hold off on it and only spend that gold if you've got it, if you've got enough to spare, or if you've got a lot of gold in the first place and you're happy to do it. You can also think about it from the fact that generally we'll spend gold without thinking about it sometimes. And you look at your rewards, you go, well, I'm actually only 500 gold away from the next wreath. Then it's worth spending that 500 gold to get those wreaths, because that 500 gold is going to get you something out of it that's worth more than that 500 gold. But other than that, if you're free to play, consider staying away from it or doing only the first, say, 2 or 3 levels of the spend gold event. There's a lot more items that are worth more to you as a free to play player to use that gold on. Right, going on to the next day, day 5, troop training and war scrolls. Troop training, very simply put, creating troops. So you click there, you click train, you make, in this case, 1,600 troops. Boom, that counts once they have been created. Not like in the quests with certain items in the old, when you started off the game and it says upgrade your stronghold to 15. By saying, as soon as you click upgrade, even though it hasn't finished yet, it counted it. It only counts in this particular case when the troops have finished being created. Now, to prepare yourself for the troop training one, I'm going to give you guys a very big tip here. Make sure, if you've got enough of the resources available, that you create yourself these 3 items here. Number 1, Ring of Dispel. Number 2, Stone of Providence. And number 3, Winged Helm of Rage. And let me actually show you in the Armory where that is, so it's a bit easier for you guys. All right, so if we go down to Armory, we stay here on the combat page, and we go down to Warmonger. No, that's not the combat page. Yeah, sorry, combat page, you go down to Warrior Set 2. The very bottom one. These items are generally very, very cheap, and they use the basic battle ingot, which you get from doing all your barbarian rallies and that sort of thing. So hopefully you've got enough battle ingots to create all 4 of these items ahead of time. This ring, each of the items, once you make it, level up to level 5 immediately if you've got the resources. Immediately, it's going to add astronomical difference. This ring, for example, what we're looking for specifically is here where it says training cost is minus 10.5%. That means when you spend resources to create troops, to make your troops, it's going to cost you 10.5% less of those resources. The amulet gives you training capacity here of plus 15%. That means that you can create 15% more troops than you could have before. The helm gives you training capacity plus 30%. So now you're sitting at plus 45%. And at a reduction of 10.5% of your cost. These sabatons, the phantom feet, well, the reason why I say generate this is simply because you're going to need this after battles and stuff. It gives you your hospital capacity and hospital healing cost minus 21%. Doesn't really come into factor now, but since we were talking about the other 3, I thought let me mention it. If you have a lot of troops that have been injured for somebody attacked you, or you're in KVK or something like that, and you've got a lot of troops to heal, make sure you put these boots on, because you're going to reduce the actual cost of your healing by 21%. So get, especially these 3 items here for your troop training, get them, level them up to maximum level, put them on before you start making your troops. Now let me show you the difference that it makes. Let's go to this, just to this cavalry quickly. For example, my T9 cavalry, I can generate 1,632 troops. It's going to take me 20 hours, and it's going to cost me all these resources here. 930,000 food, for example. Okay. Now if I come here and I go, right, we're going to switch out our items quickly. The ring, the amulet, and the helm. Now I come back to the stables and I train. All of a sudden I can do 2,244. 2,244, 600 more troops. Okay, it was 1,600 before. And all it's going to cost me is an extra 200,000 food. Not even 200,000 food. For the extra 600 troops. Huge difference. Absolutely huge difference. The other thing you can do also for if you're looking at your heroes and generating heroes, is Sir Gawain. Now, we have already talked about Sir Gawain with regards to his ability of his skill number 4 to increase your march capacity by 25,000 troops. What he's also got is his second skill, which, since you have him and since you're already leveling him up, might as well level up this skill as well if you've got the skill scrolls available. When you appoint this hero, training capacity is at plus 262. It's not a lot, but it's an extra 262 troops you couldn't train before. That's going to get you one step closer to maximizing out on troop training and getting those wreaths. So you put him in appointment, you put on your different pieces of equipment, and you can now create more troops than you could have before. On top of that, if you have not been leveling up your training ground, I highly suggest you do, because your training ground will increase your troop training speed. Means you can use less speed ups and that sort of thing, which means you can do more troops, and your training capacity gets increased each time. So if I upgrade this now, for example, my base amount of troops that I can train goes up by 50, so it becomes 1,400, plus the 200 from, or 262 from Gawain, gives me 310, plus the additional troops, the other 45% that I get from having those items. That 310 all of a sudden becomes 450 troops that I couldn't have generated before, just by having those items and that hero in place, with all the stuff that King of Avalon gives you for free. 450 extra troops per run. What a pleasure. Now I'm just going to quickly change this back before I forget to do it just now, because I know what I'm like. I will forget. And the nice thing is it takes a couple of seconds, and there we go. I've got that done and I'm good to go. Right. The next thing to discuss is actually, sorry, something I want to add to the research. These gem items here, these knowledge gems, you can purchase them in game for less than, I think it is less than $10. These gems are going to help you hugely with research. Each gem is going to give you a benefit to cost reduction. In this case, research iron requirements is less 3%. Research iron requirements less 90,000. Both of these gems have that. So I've actually got that twice over. I go to this gem. Same thing for food. Less 300,000, less 2%. Let's have a look at the next one. Less iron 3% and less 90,000. Go to the next one. Research wood requirements, less 2%. Research wood requirements, less 600,000. So these gems, knowledge gems, are going to also bring down the cost of your research a hell of a lot. And it's much easier and much quicker and much cheaper for you guys to be able to do that research. So I just had to add that in for the research day. Right, the next one is going to be, the War Scrolls. Right, so the War Scrolls. We have, very often, we have this Royal Arena happening. Now, the Royal Arena daily gives you War Scrolls. At the end of the season, you also get a bonus number of War Scrolls according to the level that you were at, obviously. And the higher the level you go, the more of those scrolls you're going to get, till you get to Master Level 3, which gives you 230 War Scrolls at the end of the event and 30 War Scrolls per day. But for the rest of us who are generally free to play or new to the game and we don't quite get that high, concentrate on making sure you have the best available defensive march and offensive march as according to your troops that you've got available. That is going to maximize out on your ranking in this game, in this mini game within the game itself. I'm currently on bronze 1. What does that mean? That means every day I automatically get 10 War Scrolls, and at the end of the season on this current level I will get 110 War Scrolls. Those add up a lot quicker than you think, especially if you're not really doing War Scrolls at the moment. That is going to allow you to come to your library of war, click on Get, and produce War Scrolls, War Tombs, should I say, which is going to be a huge factor to your game as well. So on the day of spending War Scrolls, this is where you're going to go. If you haven't done any War Scrolls yet, it is actually going to be very cheap in the beginning, and the further along you go, the more scrolls or the more tombs you create, the more expensive it becomes. In my particular case, I've made 8 so far, which you can see at the bottom. My 9th one is going to cost me 279 scrolls. I've only got 227. Am I going to have this in time? I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends on how many days away this event is going to be. So let's just have a quick look again here. If they go according to the same method that they've been doing, it's 4 days from now. So it's going to be 10, 20, 30. I'm going to get 40 more from the game itself for free. Is 40 more going to be enough? I don't think so. No, it's going to be just a little bit short. So if they jump it up and I get 5 days, I will all of a sudden have enough to do the scroll. If I don't have enough, if I'm out by, say, for example, 10 or 20, I do always have the option to be able to come and purchase one of these War Scroll bundles and get that little bit extra. So if you're a slight spender or medium spender, this is going to be a good place to get it. The higher up your War Scroll level, meaning the more tombs that you've created, the more rewards you're going to get by creating the next tomb. So if I did create a tomb now, I would get far more wreaths than I would get by creating, for example, 2 tombs in the beginning, because I'm using a lot more War Scrolls now just to get to that next level. So your War Scrolls, make sure that you are doing the Royal Arena. Make sure that you are looting every single day that you can. Make sure that you have got the right marches here in your defensive setup. Make sure your offensive setup that you have got prepared is right for what you are utilizing, what troops you've got, or the best you can. And maximize out on getting those War Scrolls so that you can save up for those tombs on day 4 or day 5, sorry. The next day is statue upgrade and gold hero horns. Statue upgrade, very simple, same as everything else. Make sure you are keeping those. If you have, for example, participated in the honors pass, let's have a look at the honors pass here. And right now, what can we get? Here we go. So here we have got the legendary apocalyptic bear. Now let's say I get one of those, for example, but I've already got those apocalyptic bears. I will dismantle it and use those resources to upgrade my statues. Would I do it before today? No. I would keep it. I would I would dismantle it and have those resources ready to go, so that I've always got that little red dot showing me that there's something to happen there, so I don't forget it, hopefully. But I will keep those resources to upgrade those statues on the day to maximize out on those wreaths. So once again, you can get this for free in the game. You can get the resources for free in the game. It is a lot slower, but you can do it. If you are low leveled, you can always come here to your Merlin trials. Once again, in the shop, you can get under the undead trader, you can get yourself these raw marble stones, which we have discussed in the statistics about statues and artifacts. You can get these raw marble stones or raw stone statue if you are really low leveled. You can purchase these and use these to dismantle and upgrade what you've got, and you can try and get some points from the wreaths then. As for spending the hero horns, you'll notice here when I go into it, I actually have kept my hero horns, my gold horns. You can't see it there, so let me see if I can just adjust this quickly for you to see. There we go. I'm currently sitting on 571 golden horns. It's not the silver horns that make that apply here. It is specifically the gold horns or the advanced summoning horns. I've managed to get myself enough of those to do 2 full summon times 10. Okay. That means I'm going to get the equivalent of 20 heroes drawn in this event. Once again, 100% for free. You get them by doing Rallying Barbarians, for example. You get them by participating in events. You got them in the turkey event, which I can't show you now. But when you leveled up that turkey, you got horns there as well. So save up all your horns. Don't spend them unless you need to. You might have, for example, you might be sitting on a hero that's 20 horns away from going to the next star level. Unless you have NS3 heroes, it's not worth it to do it now. Wait. Save it. Save up your horns. Don't spend them now hoping for something. Odds of getting these, the rarer drops, let me just show you here. Odds of getting these rare or legendary items, especially the 2 NS1 heroes, is lower than you might think it is. So you'll probably, with these 2 spends, I'll probably get, I would say 8, maybe 9 if I'm lucky. Actually, no, I'll probably get about 6 to 8. 6 to 8 if I'm lucky. Legendary draws out of it. Am I going to get what I'm looking for? Am I going to get Gorlo or Lancelot, for example? Probably not. That's the reality. Even with 20 draws, I'm probably not going to get either of those out of those draws. So is it worth it? No. Save up your horns. You don't need to spend it now. Keep it for the day when the horn event comes, and you can maximize on wreaths, which is going to give you better rewards. Then let's see, where are we now? Day 7, gem upgrades, lucky shot, and recharge gold. Right, gem upgrades, same as everything else we've discussed in the game so far. Gem upgrades is literally, again, you can get these items for free. Let's just go down here. So you come to your gem. Once you've managed to get yourself enough of these resources, bang, you can upgrade one of these gems. It only applies to your highest levels. So let's say, for example, you're going to get a valid gem and upgrade it. It's not going to count for you. You're going to have to, you're going to have to upgrade your highest. Let's say dream. You've got a basic dream gemstone. Upgrade that. That will count towards your points. These you can get for free in the game as well. You can purchase them outright, but you can also get these under goods trading. So if you've got somebody in your lines who has extra that they can part with, if you come to your trading post, you say goods exchange, you can say send a request, and let's go to gemstones here. It's only 12 that I can get in a day, for example, but if I'm doing that every single day, over a long period of time, I'm going to be able to get that upgrade for free as well. So that's outside of your normal means to get those items, but you can still get it. The lucky shots is exactly like we described already, and spending gold is exactly like we described already. Right, so we know about this Frost holiday, we know how this works, we know what we're looking to expect coming out. Let's have a look at the Christmas Advent and see what items we can get to maximize our value out of this shop event. Right, so when it comes to the shop, there's two sections to it. The first one is in this case, the wreath shop, and the second is the jingling shop. The one on the left hand side is always your run-of-the-mill cheap stuff, the easy to obtain parts that you're going to utilize in getting your basic stuff. And the wreath shop is your big expensive items, the build up for items, the saving for items. Right, let's go to the jingling shop, because that's where we're going to start off. Each of the items that you can obtain in this shop is potentially worth something to you at the end of the day. And each person's game is going to vary depending on where they are in the game and that sort of thing. I, for example, am at currently SH30, so I cannot utilize this item available here. Construction bonus level 1 to 29. So that doesn't apply to me, but it does apply to a lot of you. This one here, on the other hand, does apply to me. If I go through here, double gold for 1 hour, that potentially applies to me if I'm going to purchase a bundle, whether it be a $1 bundle, whether it be a $10 bundle. I can double up the gold that I earn from it. That could be worthwhile. Dragon XP, construction speed-ups, lake gravel, enchanted mist, eternal flame, all items to upgrade artifacts and things like that. Steel to upgrade your equipment. VIP points, which is very important to the game as well. VIP, one day of VIP, also quite important to the game. Your resources, extremely important to the game, all 4 of them. Your 8-hour gathering boosts really come in handy. Your gathering boosts, your shields, depends on what your kingdom's current policy is with regards to peace and that sort of thing. You might be wanting to purchase shields. But what you're going to want to do is, the first thing you're going to concentrate on, if you are lower than level SH30, is this item here. You can purchase 2 of these items during the event. Why 2 items? Because each one lasts for 5 days. The idea is, on day 1 you purchase the first one, and on day 6 you purchase the second one. What this particular item does is, it says if your stronghold is level 29 or lower, construction cost and building time will be reduced by 33%. This effect will expire in 5 days. So if you activate that now, every single one of your constructions that you're doing that you do on your buildings is going to be reduced by 33%. 33% less resources. Now, if you happen to have the wolf gear, that's going to be even a bigger reduction. But even if you don't, and you got this on its own, that is still going to be a huge jump from what resources you needed to now being less, especially if you're going to upgrade multiple buildings. So on day 1, you purchase your first one of these. It costs only 200 of these items. It costs only 200 of these items, which are called, let me see what they're called again. The name isn't here. The name escapes me. But if we go to a report, I can quickly have a look. If you're lucky, you get them from gathering resources. But here we go. We get them from rallies at Christmas Bell. There we go. It's called Christmas Bell. So you get 200 of these Christmas bells for every rally you do, and generally for each of the monsters that you do. So 1 rally is enough for you to already purchase this. So it's cheap. The idea is, get it on day 1. Get it again on day 6. Make sure you're maximizing out on doing all your monsters that you can, all your barbarian rallies that you can every single day, gathering resources every time you can to build up on these Christmas bells. So that is what you're going to do. Day 1 and day 6, you're going to purchase this. This one here applies to anybody who's stronghold level 35 and lower. This tells you that if your stronghold is level 34 or lower, your next building time and construction cost for the next building for resources and noble badges will be reduced by 50%. This effect will expire in 5 days. The trick here is to listen to the wording. Your next building. So if you purchase this, it only applies to the it stays there for 5 days, but the very next building upgrade you do, this applies to it and then it's gone. Immediately it disappears. You can have this active and this active at the same time. It is still only going to take the best reduction available. So you can't get 33% and then on top of that an additional 50%. It's going to give you 50% off on the next building, and once you do that, it will be back to having 33% reduction. So you can do this 3 times, and there are ways to once again maximize how effective this is for you. And that quite simply is, let's say for example, in my particular case, I have managed to upgrade my range already that I can do T10 troops on bowmen, but I haven't upgraded yet my stables or my barracks. So I can't do T10 yet, but I want to do T10. So I need to get to stronghold level 29. That's 1 upgrade away from me there on the cavalry. And here it's 1 upgrade away from me on the barracks. So if I applied one of those, the cost for me to do this upgrade is going to be halved. So instead of being 35 million food that I need now, I'm going to need 17.5 million. So let's have a quick look here. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough yet. But once I get enough points, I can assure you I will immediately be purchasing that 50% boost, and I will then upgrade here to level 29. I will then upgrade here to level 29. Then I got to upgrade again to level 30 because I only get these at level 30. Okay, so what does that mean to me? I've got to upgrade here twice, and I've got to upgrade here twice, but I only get 3 of these 50% reduction items. As you can see here, there's only 3 allowed. So how do I maximize the growth out of this? Simply put, my first upgrade that I do costs less than each subsequent upgrade. So I would utilize all my resources first to do my first upgrade, then utilize those items to reduce the cost by half for the second upgrade. So on one of these 2 here, whichever one I choose, I will do a full upgrade at full cost, or I'll activate that other one and give me a 33% reduction. I will do that upgrade. Then I will purchase one of those 50% reductions and upgrade it again. And then here I would purchase the other 50% upgraded and the other 50% and upgrade it. That's my particular scenario. Your scenario might be a little bit different. You might be wanting to upgrade your stronghold. Maybe that's the only building you want to upgrade. In which case, purchasing it outright instead of the 33%, getting the 50% is obviously what you want to do. Bear in mind, once you purchase it, it activates immediately. It's not an item that goes into your items box, your inventory for you to activate. It activates automatically. So don't make the mistake of purchasing it and then upgrading the wrong thing simply because you want to do your daily quest. I'm going to upgrade my stronghold to level 31 and I go, oh, you know, I need to upgrade. Let me just quickly upgrade the wishing well so that I get that upgrade for my quest. And boof, there we go. Half my cost is gone on the wishing well. And now, once again, I've got full cost on the stronghold. The higher your level goes, the bigger the savings you're going to have. For example, if I go to my stronghold now, it's going to cost me 375 million food to upgrade. That will come down to 150, 70, 160 million, give or take. No, it's actually quite a bit more than that. It is more than that, but you get the idea. Okay, it's going to be 195 million roughly. That's a very big difference to 375 million. So that is how you maximize these 2 items in your shop. What else do you purchase within the Jinkling shop, within the simple run-of-the-mill shop? Well, let's have a look. I can get large dragon XP for free every single day, constantly. Am I going to purchase that now? Does it make that big of a difference? Not really. So maybe I'll hold off on that. The construction, if I'm just short some construction to do a building for today's points, maybe I'll spend some points here to get that. But again, I can get these in my Alliance store and I can get these in the Merlin Trials Redemption in the store there. So would I really do that? Not so much. It doesn't change my game that much. What does make the huge difference here is going to be these 4 resources: the food, the iron, the wood, and the silver. 300 times you can purchase this 50,000 bundle. It costs you 4 Christmas bells each time, which means to purchase the full 300, you're going to need 1,200 bells. What is 1,200 bells? Simply put, 6 barbarian rallies. That's all. You can do 6 barbarian rallies in a day, especially on a day like today where you have to do your monster stamina hunts. You're going to do as many barbarian rallies as you can because you want the Empyrean ingots, you want the Philosopher's Stones and that sort of thing. So will I do 6 in a day? Of course I'll do 6 in a day, easily. I'll do more than 6 in a day. I'll be able to purchase all this food straight off the bat, and that food alone is going to give me enough to upgrade my next item, my next building. So what will I concentrate on today, for example? For me, because I want to get those points, today I'm going to concentrate on activating this. Well, I can't do this anymore. So activating this so that I get that 50% reduction, spending my points on that and on the resources here that I need to get that building done today. If you look at the timetable and you look ahead, you can, or you plan ahead, you can go, right, I need to do equipment upgrade tomorrow and Philosopher's Stones, and the next day is hero weapons, the next day is artifacts, and you can go, right, well, I want to get the points, the best points I can for artifacts, but I'm just short of upgrading artifacts. Well, here's your late gravel. You can spend your resources today on tomorrow's event. So you can get what you need today to evolve tomorrow's item tomorrow to get more wreaths. Make sense? And you do that every day. So day 1, you plan for day 2. You spend according to day 2. Day 2, you spend according to day 3. Day 3, you spend according to day 4. Day 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and 6 to 7. As you're going through this, you're going to start running out of items. Once you start running out of items, so you finished all your resources, for example, you purchased your VIP points, now what do? Well, I can buy steel, but the equipment event's already over. Do I need to buy steel? Steel you can get all the time in this game. Is it going to make a big difference? Potentially, if buying this steel means that you've got enough, or will almost have enough, that by the time the next shop comes in 6 weeks' time roughly, you can do the upgrade of your equipment, then yes, purchase it. Always be planning ahead in this game. Think as far ahead as you can. Eternal Flames, for example. Do I need that to upgrade my next artifact in a couple of days? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. Let me purchase the 10 I need or the 20 I need. Utilize today's resources for tomorrow's points. Eventually, you're going to get to the point, or you should, if you are maximizing out on your ability to do your to do all your monsters, to do all your barbarian rallies, to do all your resource gathering, you're going to eventually have pretty much bought everything available in the shop. That's just generally how it goes, or almost everything in the shop. Just make sure you are doing it, that it benefits yourself for the next day. Right, let's look at the expensive shop, Wreath Shop. If you go through this, there are some really nice items. Madoc fragments, Catagon, Dindrain, Brutus fragments. Of course, the 2 new NS3 heroes do cost more. So for the 380 wreaths, you only get 5 fragments, whereas 230 wreaths, you get 10 Dindrain or 10 Brutus. The other items available in the shop, for example, the Stronghold skin, which is the Snow Globe. For one day, you can use 200 wreaths. Think about that. Would you like to have something that changes nothing to your game, gives you no benefit, or would you rather get the extra 30 points and get yourself Dindrain fragments or Brutus fragments? Plan ahead. Think about your game, not just today, but tomorrow. It's not worth getting that Stronghold skin for one day when you can get Dindrain forever, or Brutus forever, or Catagon forever, or Madoc forever. Especially Catagon and Madoc that make such a huge difference in terms of statistics and having the Third Covenant. Going down, gift envelope. This means that you can take an item from your inventory and send it to somebody, but it's a single item. Is a gift envelope worth it? Not really. You purchase the gift envelope for 80 wreath points, and what? You can send a single Empyrean ingot to somebody, or you can send a one-day turkey skin for your one-day turkey march skin to somebody, or you can send a single 60-minute speed up. It's not going to benefit you at the end of the day. Don't waste your points. Having a new frame, the snowman frame, what's it going to do? At best, probably give you either a limited time 5% boost to your troops or an unlimited 2% boost. You can always get that already from other frames. don't waste your wreaths unless you have them. And you'll only have them if you are a big spender. If you are free to play or low to mid range, don't waste your wreaths on those items. Double gold for 24 hours only if you're planning to purchase a lot of bundles. Otherwise, don't do it. You'll be wasting your wreaths once again. Dragon Flame orbs only gives you 10 orbs for 100 wreaths. By the time your dragon is at evolved level 5, for example, you're going to need 400 of these orbs for it to level up again. To get 400 of these orbs, you're going to have to purchase this 40 times. That means you're going to spend 4,000 wreaths. Rather spend it on those heroes, for example. Coming down, royal badges. You can get 10 royal badges for 200 wreaths. If you are at that point where you are above level 30 stronghold and you're needing these, it might be worthwhile for you to get the extra boost that you need or the extra couple that you need. Again, not really worth it if you can rather get the hero fragments. This one here is similar to the first page one, where it's for stronghold level 34 and below. Your building time and construction costs for resources and noble badges will be reduced by 50%. This effect will expire in 5 days. This one is very, very, very worth it. Very much worth it, should I say. The reason being, it gives you that same 50% reduction, but not just for one building. For 5 days, it applies to all your building upgrades. If you are planning on doing a lot of upgrades, you've got a lot of resources. Let's say, for example, you are Stronghold 16 and you want to get as quickly as you can built up to the next level. This is going to really, really, really help you. And it might be worth more to you to purchase this than it will be to purchase those hero fragments. Depends on your situation. If you're planning a lot of upgrades over the next few days, this is where you want to spend your wreaths. If you're planning to do one upgrade, for example, no, rather do that during the event, getting your 50% bonus there from the jingling shop by spending your 800 Christmas bells, which you get very easily, than by doing it by purchasing in the store. Going down, noble badges and intensity crystals, you can get these for free in the game. Don't waste your wreaths on them. Obviously, if you've got leftover wreaths at the end of the event, you've purchased all the heroes you want and you've got, say, 60 wreaths left over, then you want to start looking at these other items to see where you can slot in and take it. But don't waste it if you don't need to. Your Ogre's Eye and your Dragon's Blood is used for upgrading or enhancing your equipment. A little bit further, it's enchanting your equipment, so it gives you additional boosts and bonuses and stat boosts and that sort of thing. Yeah, you get extra bonuses out of it. Now, as I've said many times, those percentage increases, every little bit helps. But again, I would rather spend that 650 wreaths on, instead of getting one single Ogre's Eye, I would rather spend that on getting 5 Catagon or Maddock fragments, for example, or getting myself 20 Dindrain or Brutus fragments, because they're going to give me more boost at the end of the day. It's going to give me more reward at the end of the day. Same goes for this Avalon Amber statue material, crystallized gems. If it's going to help you to get more wreaths, it might be worth doing it, but rather save up your wreaths instead of purchasing any of these items for those heroes if you can. Lionheart manuscripts, you're only going to get 6 manuscripts for 200 wreaths, and you need 200 manuscripts to make an emblem. If you are short 6 manuscripts, yeah, sure, it's worth it. Gives you the extra 700% or 600% boost. Then it's worth it. But if you are sitting, or like I'm sitting at the moment with, I don't even think I'm in the, I think I'm just into the double digits of these manuscripts. No, I'm not going to spend my wreaths on purchasing these manuscripts. It's not worth it for me at the end of the day. Advanced Sanguine Arcana gives you those 2 gemstones that you can only get through having these items. If you have your gems as high as you can go without it, it's not worth it to worry about it when you could rather spend it on the heroes. Raven Ascendant Scrolls, if you once again close to having the weapon, yes, go for it. 600% boost is worth it. If you are not close to it or you're halfway there, don't waste your points. Same thing for Black Cornerstone, same thing for Genesis Arcana, same thing for Sanguine Arcana, same thing for Empyrean Ingot, Water Drake manuscripts. Every one of these items will supply you with additional stats to a certain extent. only if you are really close, and I mean really close, like purchasing one bundle is going to get you there, for example, or these 20 wreath bundles. If at the end of the event I've got 60 wreaths left over, for example, yes, I will come and purchase these items. Of course I will. But I'm not going to concentrate on that. I'm going to save and maximize as much as I can into getting either that SH30, 35, 50% reduction boost, or getting those hero scrolls. Coming down here, if I'm looking at these, one-time recruitment up by 50,000, up by 20,000. You get 2 of these for 65 wreaths. You get 4 of these for 18 wreaths. Yes, I will often purchase these with my leftover points, with my leftover wreaths. The 12-hour Colossal March, increasing your march by 50%. That's actually quite strong, but that's really for players who are on that high level where you're talking about 300,000 troop march becomes 450,000 troop march, that sort of thing. If you are mid to low range or you're a low spender, these won't really come into play for you as much or be as necessary, because you're not going to be going against those high level guys to where you need the extra 50% attack or the extra 50% to your march and things like that. Will it apply, for example, this for the golem? Will it help you with the golem? Will these help you with the golem? Of course they will. They're going to make your points skyrocket for the golem. But is it worth spending these 250 and 50-50 wreaths for a one-time effect? Or would you rather spend those 300 wreaths on getting the heroes? Get the heroes. Here, the silver and the iron, this is most likely where I would first spend my leftover points, is on the silver and the iron, on these two, or on things like Water Drake manuscripts, where it's going to give me a long-term effect. It's either going to help me get to my next building level, my next stronghold level, or my next level of statistics. That's going to permanently be helping me. Anything that has a temporary buff or helps you temporarily, other than the stronghold 50% reduction, is not worth it. Training speed up, purchase while stronghold is above level 35, increases training speed by 30%. This effect will expire in 5 days, cost you 100 wreaths. If you are already stronghold level 35, you are either a spender or you've spent a lot of time in this game, at which point 30% increase to your troops is not going to really make that much difference to you. Unless you're a big spender and you've got a lot of wreaths available, then this might come into play. But again, the smaller players, the players who are free to play and that sort of thing, there are far better items to spend your wreaths on. For me, the number one item to consider is going to be, depending on your situation, either this particular 50% reduction boost here or the hero fragments. If you can, get the Catagon and Madoc fragments, because they make a huge difference. You might not have enough to obtain Catagon or Madoc, but you are one step closer to obtaining them. For example, the Catagon fragments, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm sitting on 6 of those at the moment, and these are all that I've gotten for free so far. I'm sitting on 8. These are 8 I've gotten so far for free from the Netherfall shop. If I can, I will be getting more of those fragments in this shop event here, as well as I can get in the Netherfall shop. Let's just go here quickly, season shop. I can get more of these fragments when this timer runs out, when the next Netherfall event happens. I can purchase 4 more fragments here, so that's going to put me onto 12 fragments. All I need is another 8 for me to be able to get him. So if I purchase 2 of these bundles, if I can save up enough of these wreaths to get 2 of these bundles, I will finally have my first NS3 hero 100% free in this game. 100% free. Same thing applies to Madoc. If you have built up enough points, you can get Madoc. If you are at the point where you know, if you pre-think about all 7 days, and you know, I've got this much emblem essence, I've got this many hero scrolls, I've got this many speed ups for my troops, and this much resources I can generate in those days before that event happens, and I'm not going to get enough to purchase these Catagon or Madoc, then go to the Din, Drain and Brutus. Or if you've got Din, Drain and Brutus and you need 10 more to get the next skill, for example, then go for those instead, because it's going to help you now, which will help you in the long run. Hi guys, Future Me here, just quickly interjecting here. I just wanted to add something for you quickly. One more thing to bear in mind is that you're going to be tempted to, as soon as you get enough wreaths, to just purchase yourself, for example, the Catagon fragments, because now you've got enough. Don't. Wait until the last day. Wait until the last point in time that you're going to log on and have enough time, obviously, to spend still in the shop. Wait until that point before you spend anything in the wreath shop. The reason why I say that is because you don't know what's going to happen. You plan according to the 7 days that's normal, and all of a sudden they change things, and now you get less wreaths, or you get more wreaths. And now you've gone, I've spent my 230 fragments on Dindrain, but now I could have had enough to get 10 Catagon fragments, for example. Or I've purchased 5 Catagon, but I could have had enough to get 20 Dindrain. Wait until the last day, until you know that there's no ways you're going to get more wreath points. And at that point, that's when you purchase in the shop. That's how you maximize. All right, guys, back to normal me. Guys, that's pretty much it for the shop. This has been a bit of a lengthy video, I know. But hopefully it gives you guys some sort of direction and helps you to understand where you're going to next. And hopefully I have been of value here today to you. If I have, please hit that like button. It helps me out immensely. Consider hitting subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you will know whenever I upload new videos for events like this for the shop, so that you can start off on day one knowing what you got to do, what's coming ahead, and how to plan for it. Guys, until the next time, I'll see you in the next video. Be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.